Okay, how to use exponents correctly. I'm just going to go through the basics of this right now and then talk about some misconceptions. Here we have 3 to the second power. This 3 right here is called the base. And I don't know if this is going to be necessary for you to be able to describe or not. However, that is what it is. And this number up here is an exponent, more commonly called a power, and rarely called an index. So any of these things are true. What I want to tell you is this, when we're dealing with exponents, is that this number 2, this exponent, this power, tells us about the multiplication problem that we're going to create. And you see this 2, this is 1, and this is 2. And we know that we're going to do multiplication, and we're going to do multiplication by this base. The question is, how many times will we use this base? And this exponent tells us 2. So our base is 3, and we're supposed to have our base 2 times. 3 times 3 is equal to 9, obviously. Or, more importantly, go back and it equals 3 squared again, doesn't it? Reflexively. Here's the thing that I've seen before, and it kind of freaks me out, is that I will hear an educator say, oh, I have this student and they keep getting the wrong answer, and they think that 3 squared is equal to 6. And they understand clearly that that's the wrong answer, but I'm not sure that they understand why. Can you figure out why a student might think that 3 to the second power is 6? First of all, let's be clear, it's not 6. It's because, right, they think that it's 3 times 2, that this is a multiplication problem right here. And if it was, then the answer would be 6. So let's just go through a couple examples and see how this should look. All right? So let's do these quickly. So let's say we have 7 to the third power. 7 to the third power, right? This 3 tells us we're going to have 1, 2, 3 factors. And this base, this number out in front, tells us what those factors will be. Repeatedly, it will be 7 once, 7 twice, 7 3 times. So 7 to the third power is 7 times 7 times 7. I get that it's ridiculous, but we keep making the same mistake. So we can easily overcome this if we just realize that this number at the top counts how many times we're going to use the same factor. In our case, the factor is 7, and we're going to use that multiplication 3 times, right? Once, twice, 3 times. Just one last one. I apologize if this is kind of getting on your nerves, but it's so important. So what if we have something like 10 to the fourth power? And I know that you see that I'm writing in different colors, but I'm trying to illustrate a point. 10 is the factor, right? 10 is the base or the factor, and we're going to get how many factors of 10? 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in each of those places, if I was to set this up, I would write 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Right? 10 to the fourth power can't be 40. If it was a multiplication problem, I'd write 10 times 4. It's not written as a multiplication problem, and therefore we should have this kind of figured out, shouldn't we? Look, I hope this is helpful in some way. I promise you that the better your arithmetic, the better your basic math skills are, the better your trigonometry will be, your calculus will be. All of these things are possible, but not until you have really good basic math skills. So take your time and do this correctly. Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you have questions or comments, please let me know.